Hello, my name is Joe Strechay, and I'm blind first of all. I'm a professional blindness consultant, work with organizations and also entertainment programs, and today I'm going to be speaking a little bit about my time working on season 1 of Marvel's Daredevil. So when I worked on Marvel's Daredevil season 1, I reviewed all the scripts and provided suggestions specific to the blindness aspects, mostly around obviously Matt Murdock. That's Daredevil's typical persona. And I also, and around little Matt Murdock, the child version, and I also worked with the actors, including Charlie Cox and Skylar Gertner, and also helping with some advice around the set and props as well. So for Matt Murdock's apartment and different aspects as well. But in my work with Charlie Cox, first I can say that he is one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life, and just a genuine guy and a good person. And really, I can't say enough about him. We worked together, and I can remember our first meeting. I had an interview for the position, and I met with producers and other directors there, and then my final interview was with Charlie Cox, and that's where I knew had the position, and we started our lessons right away, and it was a great experience. He really wanted to learn about people who are blind or visually impaired, and he really cares, and a real interest in making sure that he brought authenticity, but also respects our population. And so we worked together on those everyday daily living skills like cooking and cleaning, so teaching him how to cook. As an individual who's blind, I taught him in the manner I would teach another person who's blind. So also how to travel, so introductory orientation mobility, indoor techniques, and then moving outdoors, and where we worked indoors in a studio in New York, in Brooklyn, and then outdoors we worked in the streets of New York City, in downtown New York, and then in Brooklyn, and there were a few funny moments in working together and in our lessons, and really getting him to feel what it's like to move quickly, and what it sounds like and feels like. And we did some human guide where he grabbed my arm, and I moved through using my orientation mobility techniques to move through many blocks as fast as possible, through intersections included, and crossing streets, and he was under sleep shade, and I was guiding, and I didn't really think much about it in preparation for him, and like mentioning that it might be scary, or if you're worried, let me know. And we were flying through, and I usually do that in general just with lessons, but I didn't think about the nature of that specific lesson. So I was guiding him, crossing block to block to block, crossing all kinds of streets, and as fast as possible. And later he was doing an interview, and he mentioned how scared he was, and really because he was so uncomfortable, unusual situation, especially for anyone, and I really didn't consider that beforehand, and that's probably something I should have considered, and I have thought about ever since. But we had a lot of fun working together. His lessons, and went through, and his technique, and I trained him as I would train another person, but he also filmed me traveling as well, which led to some funny stories. One I think we were in Brooklyn, and maybe it was in Brooklyn, and we were traveling around, and he was filming me, and he was further down the block or behind me, and just as I was traveling, to see my techniques and how I adjust to different things. And some kids were released from school, and they saw us him filming me, and they thought he was filming me without any permission, and following me and filming me, and they started yelling at him, and I didn't realize it, but so he had to stop filming, and he came up, and he's like, "He's my friend, I promise." and but quite amusing scene. But yeah, nice kids looking out for me too. But yeah, pretty funny stories. On set, I can tell you that he really was one of the kindest people I've met, and really we spent a lot of time together. And yeah, it was a positive experience and a great experience, and I truly feel lucky to have worked with him. If you want to see more of these videos, we have other videos on our YouTube channel. Just check them out. Thank you.